were the events that brought you to Comic Book Jones?
All right. Well, to answer your first question, I don't read comics. I'm sorry, I don't read anything. All right.
No recipes.
No, I can't.
Makes
No?
it
Nope. Can't read recipes. Can't follow anything. I don't know if it's an ADD thing, but you know, I do enjoy breezing through comics and looking at the pictures. But you know, once I start reading, I'll read the same line
So does Ed.
over and over and over. So you know, and
So
what
now wait, as far as not reading anything about recipes, it's all what? Just the taste? You just
Yeah, it's all taste, brother.
Okay.
I could. I mean, I will. If I have to bake something, which I hate baking,
yeah, it's like science.
I have to. Yeah, I have to follow it, and then I lose track halfway through and just add my own stuff and wind up with like a flat cake or like
Put a shoe in it.
Yeah, so I make it into bread pudding. Yeah, I jury rig everything.
This is devil's food bread pudding.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah,
Dumping
it's good.
chocolate
Yeah.
on it.
So the second question, what brings me to Comic Book Jones?
How'd you find yourself in CBJ?
The first time.
The first time. Well, you know, Sacco's a good childhood buddy of mine, and I had Chow, Burmeister's Chow, up on Forest Avenue.
Exactly. Chow is no longer with us.
No, thank God, because it almost took everything I had along with it.
Yeah.
So, and Sacco was opening up Comic Book Jones, so we kind of collaborated together, right? Mm-hmm. And did a couple of things together, and I love it here, even though I don't read comics.
Yeah.
Love hanging out. All you guys are great. And I like to just stop in, say hi to Mary.
Yeah,
you
Mama
know,
Jones.
have a cup of coffee, and go on my way.
Yeah.
And I always want to get into comics when I'm
Yeah.
here. I really do. And I'm like, I look around, I'm like, what can I read? Is there anything about food?
There's a book I can give you, Wonton Soup. It's a traveling chef going around Japan and schooling people.
Or Jiro.
Ooh,
Yeah.
see, I don't know about this stuff.
Jiro was written by Anthony Bourdain.
Get Jiro.
Yeah.
Partly written by
See,
Bourdain.
now we're talking.
Bourdain wrote a
And
comic?
Chew is all about food-based powers.
It's a guy who works for the the
FDA.
FDA, and he has a power. He bites into something. He
He's
can
the
taste great.
chemopath.
Ooh,
Yeah.
nice.
So he like has to take chunks out of dead bodies and stuff.
And then there's
for-
all different types, like someone who could make weapons out of chocolate and all different
All
abilities.
right, so ask me that first question again.
When did you start reading comics?
Next week.
See, that's the thing, folks. All you gotta do is ask.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, but Rob, first started coming here, you know, to wish us well with the shop. But then I think the first, we always have the tailgates, and at the time Rob Chow had opened up, so whenever we had tailgates, as far as bringing food in, I would always give Rob a call and say, hey, I got a tailgate, I'm expecting this many people, and you know, he would do whatever he wanted as far as what he was going to bring in, be it, you know, Burgemeisters, which Laura Minardo, comic
Yeah,
artist,
great.
she drew the characters for the Burgemeisters,
Yeah,
right?
little baby Burgemeister. She drew me the Burgemeister. It was like, you know, in Lederhosen and stuff. Fantastic.
The Burgemeisters were how would you describe them?
They were little sliders.
Yeah.
But I would season them up like a meatloaf kind of, and I would just ice cream scoop them on the griddle and slap them down with a spatula, and potato rolls, little cheese and smoky tomato mayonnaise.
Fucking
Yeah,
fantastic.
they were good.
We still have customers ask about them. People who like haven't been to a tailgate in a while.
Do you still
like
get the sandwiches?
where are the Burgemeisters? Do you still get
I
the
remember those,
little
yeah.
hamburgers?
Those Thanksgiving
These are good.
sandwiches are
You
awesome.
get the
Plymouth Rock.
macaroni
Plymouth
and
Rock.
cheese.
Macaroni and cheese, egg
bites and
rolls.
egg
Oh,
rolls.
yeah.
Egg rolls are the shit.
Ah.
I mean, like a lot of that stuff at Chow. I remember we were talking one time, and you were telling me it was just basically like stuff that you just fucking thought up, sitting
On the
around the,
bowl.
house, right? Like what when you're hungover, what do you really want to eat right now?
Right. Well, what the menu really was, it was kind of small. I didn't have a crazy menu.
Yeah, but
We
that
had
was
the pretzel
good.
club and stuff. But the specials were, I would just throw shit together,
Yeah.
which was great, and I couldn't wait for there to be a show about that.
But what do you mean when you
What,
say just throw stuff together? Like literally, like look in the fridge.
Yeah, like if I had little things left
That
over
day?
that I could that day.
Okay.
Or like I would have something, sell it as a special, and then not have enough to sell the next day, but didn't want to throw it out, so I'd go sleep whatever, and wake up, I'm like, that's it. And I go in and mix that with something else I couldn't sell, and then deep fry it, and then it was great.
Was there ever anything that you did like that ended up on the regular menu because of the response to it?
It would have, but it cost too much to reprint the menus. I would just write it. I had like a dry erase board, and I would put it on there, and people would come in. But it was always the egg rolls. I always had requests for all the egg rolls I used to do. All my leftovers.
Wait, you did more than just a macaroni and cheese egg roll?
Yeah.
See, I didn't fucking know that.
Yeah, on the Patty's Day Parade, I did corned beef and cabbage one, shepherd's pie egg rolls.
Holy shit.
I would do I actually tried out one year for the next Food Network star, and I made a whole meatloaf dinner egg roll with the mashed potatoes and meatloaf and stuff in there, and it was pretty cool.
That's insane.
Almost made it to the show, but
Wow.
I've never tried any of that. I thought we were friends.
and Snickers. I put Snickers in egg rolls.
Wow.
Waffle's nodding like he knows.
No, because it sounds awesome.
Like he's been living in Rob's pocket. He's like, yeah, I saw all this.
No, I have that in mind.
Yeah.
It's like I taste it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, anything you deep fry,
Godly.
it's great.
All right, what do you think of that place in Brooklyn that says bring it in and we'll deep fry it? Have you ever
See,
been?
I saw that on King of Queens, and I thought it was like a sham, but it really is.
Yeah.
All right.
Waffle's been there.
No.
Oh,
Not me. No, I talked about the grease trucks and stuff.
didn't you have a friend who brought something in one time?
No, we had a fryer one night.
Oh,
We
okay.
fried a cheeseburger. We fried a
Well, maybe there
cheeseburger.
isn't a place in
did?
Brooklyn.
So there isn't a place in
I don't know.
Oh, I see. I
I don't know.
got it from
I don't know
you.
Brooklyn
Didn't you
well.
go there and wind
listen.
up naked under the wall or something? And,
No
that was-
close time. Deep fry them.
But that was when like me, Kenny, and our friend Steve the Jew got a little fryer. We fried a burger and stuff, and ice cream cake.
I don't remember this.
We
at
fried a
all.
burger
Kenny
patty
doesn't
and then
remember it.
battered the bun and everything, and then cut it. into
Shimel
slices
doesn't remember.
and
He's
stuff.
looking up in the air trying to find.
That was one of the.
meat.
Remember we used to do beer barbecues?
yeah. I actually got written up, and I didn't know it that the people were in there. But one day I had pre-made cheesesteaks for a Patty's Day Parade. No one bought them, so the next day I wasn't throwing them out. So I beer battered them and deep fried them. And I sold like 25 of them, and they were like, they literally were like this big. And then I'm Googling myself, which I always
You got
do,
written up on
and
Get rid of a fried cheesesteaks.
yeah, and the Daily News has a thing called Grub Street, and they had a whole story on my deep fried cheesesteaks.
That you don't do.
Yeah, but they were like, we were looking at the specials one day, and we sent 3 people in to go buy a bunch of stuff. I had the deep fried baby burger mice. I had all leftovers. I was just so hungover. I was just battering and frying and basically giving it away. But it was awesome.
How do you feel about health food?
What's that?
You got vegetables on your arm.
Now,
That's only for Shia color.
Chow's is closed. Where can people find these egg rolls now?
This house.
Yeah, basically.
You know where we're going tonight.
Yeah, I mean, every once in a while I do them. Right now, I'm working for a non-profit organization, very special place, and they have a cafe, and I train adults with special needs how to work in a restaurant.
The chef with a heart of gold.
Yeah, but it's all they're great people, and they're dedicated. I never worked with a bunch of people that showed up on time for work, didn't want to leave.
Yeah.
Usually you work with a bunch of junkies or drunks.
Well, yeah, I work with Waffle and Babyface.
I'm 4 months sober.
Congratulations!
Yeah.
I don't need to tell
I'm
you.
gonna drink my beer.
I just stopped drinking.
They're right in front of them.
All right, so now though, when you're there, is there somewhere where people could go sit down and eat the food you make?
Yeah, it's a full functioning restaurant.
Where is
It's
it?
actually pretty cool. It's at 694 New North Lane.
Right by you, Waffle.
Let's go to
All the way
Waffles.
up
It's a
on
little-
Penn
Yeah.
and New North.
I'm not gonna be too far away soon. April
Sure.
1st, I'll be
Right by Griff's, one of my favorite hideaway bars. And,
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's
Let's
a
go
good
get
place.
some food.
I'll stop by tomorrow.
Which, by the way, at Griff's, the guy that runs the kitchen is Ricky, that worked for me for 18 years. So now we actually work right next to each other.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we
That's cool.
grew up together at the Lake Cafe, Snug Harbor. Then he worked for me at Chow.
Uh-huh.
And then after I got rid of it, I got this job, and he got a job right next door to me. So
Wow.
it's pretty fantastic.
That's awesome.
So he does a lot of the Chow things. I go in, and all the specials on the menu is basically the Chow menu. Steaks and, I'm like, so when I feel nostalgic, I go in there and I'm like,
Yeah.
all right.
Nostalgic
Yeah.
and you don't want to cook yourself.
Right, exactly.
I mean, if you were to open your own place tomorrow, what menu would you put together? Would it be similar to Chow?
It would be similar to Chow, but it would be a food truck. And it's hard as hell to get a license in New York now. You got to be a veteran or, you know, Al Qaeda, because those guys are all of this 500, you know, little cards, and they spell. It's like you can get a chicken pita, CHEKKE,
chicken,
like chicken, and it's like.
Did you ever notice that none of the LED signs are set up? To, like the one on Richmond Forest, it still says like Happy 4th of July, Merry Christmas, but it says Merry Christmas after Happy 4th of July.
That's the charm.
Well, last time I went up to that one, I was like, can I have this? We don't have that. Can I have this? We don't have that. We only have chicken and rice.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Why are you
The
here?
same guy is sitting there for 18 hours.
Yeah.
And as he piss.
Comic Book Jones
Sink is
appreciates
for.
Middle Eastern cultures.
We do.
Yeah.
I had halal before.
I mean, I'll eat it because it is good. $5, you can eat like twice. But you know, those are the guys that are getting the trucks. But you know, I actually wanted to have one that was going to be called like the Rock and Rolls, and it was going to be all egg rolls.
Nice.
But I couldn't. I was going to do that before Chow. But I couldn't get a license. You know, or you can buy one like a liquor license in Jersey, and it's like $500,000. And,
Yeah.
you know, you got to sell a lot of fucking egg rolls to make that money up.
So you're not interested in say a storefront restaurant type thing as much? I mean, I'm sure you would.
Yeah, if I did it, it would be somewhere in Brooklyn, Jersey City, anywhere where there's 1 million apartment buildings.
Yeah.
Because my mistake at Chow was, it was a big neighborhood, but in a 2-block radius, maybe 100 people live. But if you have it where there's 1 million apartments in a 2-block radius, there's like 25,000 people.
Oh.
So you know,
Right.
I didn't do that kind of math until I was almost losing my house. So.
Yeah, right. Yeah. All right, so then now you've got Chow. When was the first time that Food Network started sniffing around as far as your first appearance on Chopped?
All right, it was right when I kind of opened up Chow. I was part of a personal chef association because I had a side.
See, I remember you.
chef business.
I remember that first.
Yeah, Edible Productions.
Yes.
It was called. I thought it was a porno studio.
Yeah.
Edible egg roll undies.
Yeah.
Now everyone would think you sold
Girthy
pop
chow
brownies.
Yeah.
Girthy lo mein.
Yeah. Well, the whole premise behind that was I go in your house, I go food shopping for you, and I'll cook like a week's worth of meals. You know, put them in your fridge, label it, so you know how you.
What about people who want to eat healthy?
I would do that. I
Oh,
would
yeah,
actually
you would?
do the healthy cooking for
Yeah.
that. But
Pretty good idea.
yeah, it was cool, but no one got the premise. So here I was, like, sitting in a house, making a meal for a woman that's dying of cancer in a bed next to me, and the husband took off to drink, and I'm sitting there like, hey, you need me to wipe your mouth? Or there's another old lady like, sit with me, honey. I'm like, this isn't it. You're not supposed to be here. You know, I'm supposed to be here by myself.
I'm not hospice.
Right, and I worked for a friend of mine, and he was my best customer, but I would cook in his house, and later on that night I get an email, everything was great, thanks a lot, but you left like a dot of grease on the counter, there was something on the floor. So he started, when I would go in the next week, he'd leave like an electric oven cleaner, like stuff to clean the coils and stuff and all this. So I was like, all right, great. So I started cleaning. I'm like, what the fuck? So I started taking pictures, like at this toothbrush in my ass cheeks with that, like, like that, with that day's paper next to it. And then, after it stopped
With that
bitching,
day's paper.
Yeah, and I would text him it and be like, haha. I go and fought on his pillows and stuff. I'm not your cleaningly. Like, he wanted me to clean his grout and stuff. I was like, no fucking way, I can't do that. So I had to stop that, especially because I was food shopping one day in Pathmark, a bunch of firemen, I was talking to them and stuff, I had my chef coat on. Then I go back to this guy's apartment, he lives in condos. So he wants everything grilled, and he has a grill outside on this tiny little thing on like Clove Road. And I start cooking. The old people next door call the fire department. Because the smoke was going into the thing and they knew he was at work. So like 20 fire trucks. And I'm just waving at them like, hey guys, it's the chef from that? Like, yeah, it's brilliant. This guy has so much stress just from cooking for like the 100 bucks I made to go in my pocket to go to this guy's house for the day. So I just ended all that. But anyway, the Personal Chef Service Association called me up and said, you know, Food Network's looking for people, and you know, we think you'd be perfect. So I sent in an application, and
what is that process like? What kind of app? You got like a headshot and shit?
Well, yeah, but it's like it's basically filling out a resume,
right?
And then you have to answer like stupid questions, and so by now I can just fill them out without looking, and I have the same answer for everything.
Give me an example of a stupid question.
Stupid question is, what would your friend say that you would be doing if you weren't cooking?
I don't know. I'm your friend.
Yeah. I'd be dead, right? I mean, like, what else? Like, you know, what would your friend say is your best attribute? Or what would your family say? No. What do you say your best attributes are?
Right.
This is always the greatest one, is what would people not know about you just by looking at you?
What? Not know about you just by looking
like, what would they,
right.
Yeah, like, if they were just looking at you, something they would never figure. Right. So I used to put,
I'm a fag!
Yeah, like, I used to put, then I play softball or whatever, blah, 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 and then it scoots by. So now I get called for every show I try out for because I give them the getting followed by a serial killer in Port Richmond growing up. Andre Rand.
Yeah.
And I go the whole story, how he used to try to get us in his cab, and he had the Volkswagen, blah, blah, blah.
This is true. This is true.
And they call me right away. Oh, this is great! Because they need that fucking drama in between.
Yeah, but I have to say, I remember watching the episodes of whatever the fuck you were on, and I don't remember Andre Rand ever coming up.
No. It's just the fact, because they weed people out.
Yeah.
You have to go through a casting agent first. They read the thing, they weed out the good. So now the casting agent likes you. And then you have to go up in the city or wherever they are and sit in front of a camera or a green screen, and they interview you and they ask you the questions that you sent in like 3 weeks earlier or a month ago.
Yeah.
So
it's not like you're on Chopped and they give you, you know, fucking hamburger meat, cornflakes, stick the butter,
and a thing of milk with someone's missing picture.
Right, exactly. Yeah,
you know, think the guy that follows.
And then, like, when you make, well, what are you gonna make, Rob? Well, I'm gonna make myself my favorite comfort food because when Andre Rand was following me, I used to run home and make whatever I could find in the cupboard.
Whatever was under my bed.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, I used to eat Legos and twisted fucking spinners.
So they ask you those questions because when you go in and you're on camera, they sit there behind the camera, like this guy right here, and they interview you.
That's Sheep the Heap.
Sheep the Heap. How are you, pal?
So that's enough to, that story's enough to get you through the door, and
right. And now they're interviewing you, so they're asking you the questions. So when it comes to what would people not know about you, I just go off on the Andre Rand story. Then I'll get out of my chair and I'm like, we're walking from school. So right there, they're like, all right, this guy's on. Yeah. Then they send you to the network, and then the network okays you, and then you go do the show.
See, Andre Rand must have liked it more toward Richmond Terrace, because I went the opposite way from school, and I never had problems with him.
Could we,
maybe I was just too chubby and ugly.
Can we back up?
That's how I felt St. Rose. None of the priests ever touched me.
Can we back up a second just to explain to everybody, because I guess this story hasn't been on TV before. Who is Andre Rand and why does he follow me?
Andre Rand was a serial killer.
I'm gonna pee while he explains.
Yeah.
Okay.
Andre Rand was a serial killer. He would kidnap children, kill them,
On Staten Island.
On Staten Island. There was a girl, Holly Ann Hughes, God rest her soul. They never found her, but that was the big one. And then they thought he killed her. They couldn't prove it. Then he kidnapped a girl with Down syndrome outside Burger King on Forest Avenue, and they found her body in Willowbrook, because he used to work in Willowbrook. He was an orderly, and which is actually weird. The women I work for now worked with him back then, and he used to abuse all the patients and stuff. He was crazy. So he's been in jail forever now. There's a movie out, Cropsy, It's
It's
like
on
a
Netflix, right?
it's like a documentary about him, where these two people go around trying to talk to his family and all these other things. So.
He's eligible for parole in 2037.
Yeah. Actually, the DA asked me if I would, like at his trial, if they needed witnesses and stuff.
Character witnesses and stuff.
It was creepy. I mean,
he targeted you?
me, my sister, all my neighbors. Like when we're playing, he used to drive for Port Richmond Taxi, and he lived right up the street from us in a rented room, and he used to fix his Volkswagen all the time. And anywhere that he worked doing odd jobs, a kid would go missing. Tyson's Projects. He was painting. He painted Holly and Hughes' apartment. Anywhere he was working, kids were missing. He's probably
1980s.
Yeah, and they think that he's probably kidnapped over 27 kids, but they can't prove it. He still writes letters to the families. Oh, I hope you find your kid and stuff. He's creepy. Yeah.
There was a movie recently, Cropsy, right?
Yeah.
That was. I don't know if anybody's ever seen that. That was based on.
That's kind of fucked up. It's like in a horror movie way. That's so fucking good.
Yeah.
That's so fucking good.
I tell you, to this day, if he pops on the news or something like that, I get chills down my spine.
Yeah.
It's creepy. But he really targeted my sister. Like, she used to go food shopping for this old lady up the street, and she'd call a cab, and he'd pull up. She goes, I'm not getting in there. And sometimes he'd try to pull her in, and he used to have this big army bag in the back seat, and it was real creepy. Yeah. I think that's why I'm fucked up. Yeah. I'm a little odd. But anyway, back to Food Network. Thank you, Andre Rand.
So now you're so you go through that process,
right?
And I mean, you have no idea how many applicants.
No.
Yeah.
No, and this wasn't even on TV, Chopped, at the time.
Right.
It was a new show, so I was in the first season.
Right.
They tell me, all right, you picked. You got to show up at this diner at 6 a.m. in Queens, right over to Kosciuszko. I'm going there, and there's, whatever, and there's a couple other people in there, but I don't know if they're part of it.
Yeah.
I don't know what to expect. The producer comes in, hey, I'm so-and-so. He introduces all four of us, and they walk us into, like, this garage where there's all houses and stuff, and they lift the garage, and there's the chop set.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. And I didn't know what it was about or anything else. And they're like, well, you got to cook mystery stuff, open it up, and blah, 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 blah. And let's go.
I like that. You got to cook mystery stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know what the substance is.
Exactly. So it's like, all right, we got this basket of food. You're going to do that. And then you have a half hour to cook it.
Now, were you psyched about that? Like the fact that you didn't know what you were getting?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, as far as sports, you go in a certain head. And I just wonder, being a competitive chef, because you kind of are now.
Yeah.
Is there that kind of you psych yourself up? You look at the competitors and you really fuck them. You know what I mean? Or is it like?
Well, my thing is I never went to culinary school, so I never learned anything. So if I went on one of the shows where you had to cook something the way that it's textbook, I wouldn't fucking know how to do that. Mm-hmm. Make a blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? Is that a souffle or whatever? Like, no way. Give me a bunch of shit, and I will make you an incredible meal.
So you've never made a souffle?
I have, and they always collapse. Because you have to follow directions. Yeah. I don't want to do that, but, So, that was that, and once it started and the cameras are on, then that's where I'm home.
Yeah, right.
I like making an ass out of myself, and especially when I can do it while cooking, it's even better.
I think it's one of the reasons that me and Rob became good friends is because we both have kind of the same attitude. We're hammy.
Yeah,
we were definitely hammy people. But the minute that I heard you were gonna be on TV, I didn't know what Chopped was when you were telling me about that because it was the first season. I was like, oh, it's perfect. You know? And then you showed me that little commercial you did on YouTube with you and the Lederhosen.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, that was right after Chopped.
Yeah.
Someone got in touch with me and said, listen, Guy Fieri is doing the search for the next pork personality. Uh-huh. It's like a one-shot deal. Thousands of people are trying out for it, but if you get picked, it's 3 people. You have to make a pork thing at the Food Network's Wine and Food Festival, and blah, blah, blah.
Did you have the tattoo of the pig on your arm yet? You have a tattoo?
I got this right before I went
to the camera. Well, what would you call that? Like a diagram of
it's like the cuts. Cuts. And
you got that the same day that I got the tattoo on the back of my neck.
When
the first day that Bound for Glory opened. Yeah.
the chamber of Staten Island Chamber of Coolmers.
Yeah, me, Rob, and Nick. Rob was still at Chow at the time, and Nick had just opened up Bound for Glory Tattoo, and the three of us were sitting there, and I don't know who the fuck came up with that.
We were just like throwing it all around.
Yeah,
like,
right.
You know.
Oh, because we were talking about how you open a business and the Chamber of Commerce wants you to join it. You know, we're like, fuck those guys.
Yeah,
we're the
screw
Staten
that. I don't
Island
want that
Chamber of
fucking sticker in my
Coolmers.
window.
So anyway,
Yeah, so I had to put in a video to get picked for this.
Guy
I'm like,
Fieri an asshole.
Well, that's the thing.
He looks like an asshole. His fucking sunglasses on the back of his head pisses me off.
Well, I'm gonna get to that in a second.
Yeah, I want to punch him in the face.
Yeah, so I make that quick thing. They call me 5 minutes after I emailed it to them.
Yeah.
And they're like, you're in. So they go, you get a free trip to Manhattan. I'm like, I get there, and these two women that I'm going up against, one's a soap opera actress, and the other one's like some other chick. They get a free flight in their cup.
Bro, hold on. One's a soap opera actress, the other one's some other chick. That's so fucking Staten Island.
Yeah.
Some motherfucker. Yeah. One of them looks familiar. I see her on TV.
Although she made a thing called the hog log, and it was pretty good. It was like a meatloaf with 3 different cuts of pork and stuff.
wow.
It was good. But anyway,
Yeah, right.
fuck yeah. So this was Guy Fieri's hosting it, and it was for $5,000, and it was just to get your face and shit and stuff. Like in the, I don't know. I didn't care as long as it was TV.
Put your face in shit.
Yeah. His shit, ass to mouth.
Go on.
Yeah, so I show up for the thing, and I was excited because you get to stay in the Standard Hotel, which was the one that everyone's fucking in the windows and stuff, and I was like, yeah! I didn't see any of it, so I had to press some ham against it. But it sucked because I took my buddy Terry. My ass. But I took my buddy Terry with me, like, come on, we'll go hang out, get drunk for a couple of days and stuff. And we get there and there's one bed and this big glass wall that was the shower. And I was like, what the fuck kind of swinger place is this? So now I'm hungover, I gotta, do all this shit, and I'm like, don't look at me! I get in the shower and stuff, and it was like horrible. So
Rob's coming out with like 3 washcloths. 2 on his nipples, 1 on his junk.
yeah, it was horrible. And he's like shaking because he had to get up, like to go to the bathroom, and he's like, So, now we go to meet Guy Fieri that night, and he's having a Jägermeister party for us. So I'm like, you know what? I like the guy on TV, but he's probably an asshole, and I'm gonna hate him.
Yeah.
I fucking meet him within the first 5 minutes. It was like we were fucking twins. The guy was awesome. Nicest guy in the world. He had an entourage called
Rob, your personality, you and fucking Hitler can get along. Like,
Right. Well, he was just into recycling. I'm sorry. But no, he was awesome. He was like he wasn't a dick to anyone. He was shaking hands, taking pictures. So now I'm out till 6 o'clock in the morning with him. Him and his culinary gangsters, that Cletus, and they were all awesome. At one point they're like, where can we get below? I don't know, I'm over in Staten Island, I don't know. So now I got a B for filming in front of a whole live audience and stuff outside.
See, I just gotta explain my brain. You said I got to be from filming. I thought that they were grading you on like something. Like you had to film your own shit and you got a B, meaning that you couldn't do it. Instead of an A+, you got a B.
Oh, no. No. I have to be at filming.
Word!
Yeah. Yes! At 7 a.m. So now it's 6 o'clock with a glass shower.
But guys with you.
Well, I left him. No, he had to be there at 10.
Oh, okay.
So I'm there at 7, and it was pretty cool. All the paparazzi around taking pictures. I'm getting interviewed, but half the time they're like, "Chef, can I take a picture?" I'm like, "No." I was behind like a Food Network tent, like like throwing up. And I was like, oh, all right, whatever. And these two ladies, the one lady I was drinking with, she was cool. The one that was that did whatever.
Yeah.
The soap opera star, like, left early and had a script and did everything. So we had to present what we were making in front of everybody as he's asking us questions and stuff. So I'm hung to the balls, like bad.
Yeah.
And I gotta sit there and try to fight for $5,000 with the German Reuben Cuban pork burger, which was the last thing
Wait, that was
I wanted.
the dish?
Yeah.
Wait, what is that exactly? German Reuben Cuban
Pork burger was fresh ground pork with relish and mustard in it.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You grill that.
Yeah.
Then it was grilled bratwurst on top. Then I would render down bacon.
What does that mean when you render it down?
When you cook it, you cut it up and then cook it down till all the fat's out. It's like bacon bits.
Okay.
So I took that, and in the bacon and the bacon fat, I put onion and sauerkraut and cooked that down, and that topped the burger with Swiss, and then I put a pretzel roll with mustard butter and toasted it.
How did you not win?
Well, he said, hands down, the food, and I got it on video, some cool video coverage of, you know how he eats on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, where he's like, hands are in his mouth?
Yeah.
He's like this. And waving the woman over for more, and like, and the one that won it had a Guy Fieri wig and a script, and she wasn't hungover and all that other stuff. But he said, listen, if it came to food, he goes, her food sucked. But she had the presence, and this is pork personality. I'm like, what fucking, what is better than to represent pork than a guy throwing up behind
He's
the
a
thing?
fucking asshole.
Yeah.
Food Network, you're out drinking all fucking night,
Yeah.
and you still fucking made him shove his fist
Right,
halfway
but
through my
there
hands
was also like 10 judges. He had really nothing to do with it. He was just an idiot.
Oh,
So that was that. He was awesome. Then we hung out all day after that. He's a cool guy.
you get hair of the dog with him, or?
Yeah,
Yeah.
He was fucking top notch.
What's he drink?
He drank Jägermeister and beers.
Yeah.
But that was a Jaeger party, so we had to drink it.
Right.
So it was,
Do you still talk?
I talked to his guy Cletus. You know why? Because
That's who I want to talk to.
Right, well, he's-
Fuck you guy. I want to hang out with
Right.
Cletus.
Right, well,
He's
he's
looking
the
for blow.
good.
Not that I do blow. I don't do. I
Right.
fucking those days are long gone. But
Well,
still, it's fun to
anytime-
hang around people who are like in their 40s looking for blow.
Yeah, I doubt the guy looks at an email ever in the last 10 years, ever since he hit it big.
Yeah.
So if I do contact him, I get Cletus back.
Yeah.
You know, so he was actually supposed to be on my
answers all of your
podcast.
emails with, "Can you get me blow?"
Yeah.
You had another point you wanted to make about the flight, that they got free flights and you could just take the ferry.
Yeah, they got free flights, so that was part of my spiel. I had I'm like Rob Burmeister, whatever, you know, like to thank the Pork Association, the National Pork Board, blah, 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 for my great town car ride over here. These ladies get first fucking class. And I was like going off, and then they're like, I mean, my eyes are bleeding. It's pouring rain. We're under tents. I got shorts on. My
wait.
nipples are like out to here.
Wait, so the whole thing was outside.
It was, you know that park that's on the West Side Highway?
Yeah.
And then like that hotel that's on that.
Yeah, yeah,
corner?
yeah.
It was in that park.
Oh, jeez. So it's windy.
Right. So
When
long story
you're
short.
hungover, you don't want wind.
Right. So chops, I came in second. Now I do this thing, I come in fucking second again. But as long as I'm on TV or whatever, it was great.
Yeah.
I win a grill and whatever, and I'm like, that's great. At least I came away with some. Chopped, I had to steal the jacket because they didn't give it to me, so I didn't get anything from there. So now tax time comes, and I get a fucking 1099 for like $6,000.
What?
And I'm like, what the fuck is this? I look at the company, I call the company, I'm like, hey, you won something from Food Network? I'm like, yeah. I had to pay taxes on the hotel, the cab ride over, the grill, all that shit. I was like, motherfucker, I better start winning these things, you know? So that was that, and then, you know, I had my little hiatus because they don't take you on new TV shows if you've been on other ones.
But about, I think it was about 3 weeks ago that it aired. Or
Yeah.
Cutthroat
Yeah,
Kitchen.
February 9th it aired, I believe.
February 9th
Yeah. 2014.
was the day that my son was born.
Maybe it wasn't, because didn't I ask you to come and you were like, ah, no. Oh, no, that was it the podcast?
No,
I didn't.
You asked me to come, and I said I can't because I got to stick close. Because it was February 9th.
Yeah?
Yeah. Because we went in late Saturday night. He was born like
6 a.m.
No, he was born like 12 something or 1 something.
Wow, being thinking
February
way
9th.
off.
So I got to go.
Pictures.
See, it was good luck for you.
Yeah?
There was the 9th was a Sunday, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Cutthroat Kitchen Sunday at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
But I made sure I DVR'd it.
Mm-hmm.
So.
But not only is that good luck, but do you know what shirt I was wearing under my chef coat?
No. Comic book Joe.
This is the guy.
Yes,
Oh.
sir.
Oh.
Yes.
Second time.
Yeah, the black
Shirt's been on
shirt.
TV.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, is that the one where if you put your
Yes,
moves
yes.
together, you make you and Tiger kiss?
Yes. Well. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the Godfather.
All right. So we go to Cutthroat Kitchen. Now, how long do you have to wait before Food Network allows you on?
Some casting directors or producers tell you, in 2 years, they'll ask you, have you been on TV? And like, yeah, but how long? And I'll be like, like a year ago. So, no, we need new faces.
Right.
So how I got Cutthroat Kitchen was actually, I tried out for The Taste on NBC with Anthony Bourdain.
Like talk show?
yeah.
No, The
No.
Taste is, you gotta make little spoons of food.
Yeah.
Little spoons of food, Anthony Bourdain
I love
and
it.
Nigella Lawson. I got choked
Yeah.
out by a husband, which is pretty hot.
Yeah.
So I tried out for that.
True.
Bye,
Bye,
Tiger.
Later, Tiger.
Bye,
Tiger, we love you so much.
And, I
Tiger's
went
off
up.
to Florida, ladies and gentlemen.
Nice.
Another vacation.
At least he doesn't have to pay taxes on his flight.
Well, he didn't have a flight.
Yeah, you didn't have to
Not
pay
yet.
taxes on the
Not
flight.
yet. I'm getting to that.
You put down for the taxes on the free ferry ride?
Yeah, right? Well, I wanted to get picked up. So I tried out for The Taste, and I got a call back. I went up to Manhattan. I had to do a whole spiel for them. They loved me, called me. They're like, you're in. They picked 60 people to go out to California, and you got to fight to get on a team.
Hold on, Rob. I gotta do something real quick. Superman comic books. Just gotta remind everybody it's comic books. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, I read one on the plane. No, I didn't. Sorry.
Turtles like
That's all right. I do a food podcast, and I don't think we ever talk about food.
No, yeah. I mean, the thing is, honestly, like to me, any podcast we were ever going to do from the shop, it would have something to do with comics, but it's more got to do with us. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
more about our life, and you're part of my circle in my life.
Yeah, man.
And I think it makes it interesting. And you've been here, you've done shit
Yeah.
here,
Bit of
so
Italians.
there you go.
Maybe you called me Iron Chef Jones.
Yes,
I don't think we have to
know.
change that to Cutthroat Jones.
No, yeah, we could do that. Yeah, do you want that?
That wasn't ever.
Actually, I like that. It's tougher.
Yeah.
Yeah, cutthroat.
Yeah. So,
pirate.
so The Taste calls me. They're like, you're in. Congratulations. The producer's gonna call you. They're gonna book your flight. Blah blah blah. I'm like, sweet. 5 minutes later, the phone rings. Ooh, I wasn't supposed to call you yet, but don't worry. We'll call you tomorrow.
Yeah, you told me about this. Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm fucking soaked. Because this is network TV. This is like Channel 4,
7. I think.
And it's all 7, ABC, right? I
Semantics.
I watch too much cable.
He was correct.
Thanks, my man.
That's why I choose no television.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, the next...
Broncos. Yeah. Jews no TV. Yeah. I used to cook for a Jew that was dying. Come on, maybe a chef dying Jew. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry, Cancer Chef. I'm sorry, I can't stop.
Cancer Chef Jones.
God. Cheese and crackers.
Just call me, what do they call that? The fucking... With hospice.
Oh, yeah, I know, yeah.
Hospice Rob.
Hospice steak. Go ahead.
I'm surprised I never had to chew the food and spit it into these people's mouths.
Baby bird in home chef.
So The Taste tells you they're going to call you tomorrow.
Right. That was
Cut
so...
it all out.
yeah, yeah.
Time, it's got to come.
So they say, you're in, but you're not in. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, cool. They call me the next day. We're really sorry. The network execs got involved, and they cut it down to 36 people. Maybe you try out next year. I'm like, fuck you. I was like, how the fuck do you do that to somebody?
Yeah.
You know, like whatever. I was like,
That's my job.
I was like, you know what? I'll take it with a grain of salt. Keep me in mind, whatever. They're like, all right, good. So the next day after that, I get a call from the casting agent. She goes, I'm so fucking sorry, Rob. You were perfect for it. You want to do Cutthroat Kitchen? You don't got to try out for it or nothing. I'm like, yeah, I'm in. So they booked me on the flight. Did it a couple of weeks later.
Do you even know what Cutthroat Kitchen is?
Yeah. Because the first season was on. I watched like 1 or 2. But it doesn't matter. You can
What
tell
is
me
this?
I'm
Is this
doing
the
like
second season of Cutthroat?
Yeah, I was in the second and the casting the third and fourth.
Okay.
So they fly me out. It was great. Hotel, Burbank, California, the whole line. I get on set. Alton Brown's another one of my faves of all time. Because he used to on Good Eats. I used to watch that because I never knew why I was doing half of the shit I did before.
Yeah, that's the only show I would own on like DVD to watch.
Yeah, I got all the seasons.
But I gotta say, you know what's funny to me, man? I love Alton Brown, but it's funny to me to watch him. Like, I'm sure like there's people who are seeing him for the first time on Cutthroat, but watching him try to be like, very sinister and whatnot, when he's actually this really sciencey guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the guy walks around with his cell phone in his sock, the mic pack in his other sock, and then another cell phone like in his underwear. Like it's weird, but he's quirky.
Yeah.
But he's really cool, like down to earth guy. So I get called for that. I stay in the fucking hotel the first night,
Do you get to meet the other contestants beforehand?
No.
So they keep you guys away from each other?
Right, yeah, I don't even know who they are.
No idea.
So I go to this hotel, and it's jam-packed with The Voice. So I'm trying to fucking sleep, and I hear in the hallway, it's ooh, out there, oh, like everyone's singing and playing like air drums and fucking banging the walls. I'm like, shut the fuck up! I gotta get in a van at 6 a.m.
Did you step out and slap anybody in the throat?
Yeah, it was great. I did the same voice, and all these teenagers with fucking dreadlocks ran for the hills. So the cool thing is I got to meet a van down at 6 a.m. So I'm there smoking a Marlboro, drinking coffee, reading the paper, laying on my back.
Yeah.
And this kid walks out, with like this fucking metal briefcase. And he looks at me, I'm like, Cutthroat Kitchen? He's like, yeah. And so he sits down, he's like nervous and stuff, and he goes, I'm nervous, never did TV before and stuff. I'm like, it's a piece of cake. You just gotta have fun with it, And he goes, were you on Chopped? That was on Chopped, like fucking 2009.
And you came in second.
Yeah. And I was like, yeah. He goes, against that boxer guy? He goes, I'll never forget your voice.
Wow.
He's like, that voice. So it was pretty wild, So, I was talking him up and everything. He was the executive chef at Caesar's Palace. Then I get there and I meet the other ones. A sushi chef from Sacramento.
The first guy you fucked with the garden tools.
Yeah.
I watched it again last night in research.
All right, good.
With my mom.
Nice.
Yeah.
Was she proud?
She's like, oh, this Robin! And you're talking on TV like, Joanna Robinson! Hey, Robinson! Like, Mom, you want to hear what he's saying? He looks good. Doesn't he look good?
Yeah, they did a good makeup job. It's tough cooking.
He looks like Patricia Margaret Mary. I'm sorry. She had a beard and she was fucking 6'2".
And she talked like this.
Exactly. She smoked 2 packs of Marlboro a day. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Yeah, and then I went up against this other chick from Austin, a 2000 Olympic gold medalist sprinter.
Which one was that?
The black girl.
Oh, the black girl.
Yeah. She was cool. They make everyone look like dicks on TV, but we're all in the cool in the back, but they're all nervous. So the director's like, listen, Rob's been on TV, I'll let him talk to you. And I was like, guys, if you're boring and you don't talk, they're not going to show the show on TV.
Right.
So come after me. I'm going to go after you. I'm going to say some shit, but don't take it to heart, because when they yell cut, we're in the green room, don't not talk to me. It's all for TV, So they loosened up, and it was a pretty cool show. It was wild. With the I like the.
You want a salad? Go home.
That concept's all.
You like that one, yeah?
Come on, I can quote you.
Yeah. The best one though, that they cut out a lot of my good shit because
you probably said shit.
It's like Mickey Rourke in Iron Man 2.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Like when they're introducing us and stuff, the Chinese guy was just staring into this camera like
Was
this.
he Chinese or
Japanese. Dirty knees, look at these. I don't know. So,
Sorry,
you know.
He makes his Vietnamese and Chinese. And Polish. So he makes his egg rolls and he
and I'll say to everyone here what I said to everyone in the green room, take no offense to what I said.
Exactly. I mean, here's my thing. I've been told by customers who've come in and they're like, look, I love the podcast. I'm not going to stop listening. But sometimes you could be misconstrued as being racist or offensive. My thing is, same thing George Carlin always said. The minute we can start laughing about each other's shortcomings and races and whatnot is the minute that everybody fucking gets along.
Right.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Well, I can't remember who it was, Barry Sobel. Oh, yeah, sure, yeah. Chinese women are great drivers. Yeah, no, it's true. I'm sorry, there are certain stereotypes that are true, and if you laugh about them, fuck it.
Right.
Go ahead.
Where was I?
You cook.
All right, so the guy Billy, nervous as hell, standing like hands at his side like this as everyone's like walking around and
Was
stuff.
that the guy who got kicked off first?
No, that was
The pretentious
Todd.
guy. Yeah,
that was the guy that recognized me from Chop.
Right. Okay.
He was cool, but he was nervous and
Stop it. You
much.
should have invited us over last night. We could have all watched.
Yeah.
I still have it on DVR. I'm not
You can
racist.
get it on demand. Foul play.
One
is
of my
the
favorite
episode.
people's on TV. I'm keeping that show.
I saw it by accident.
Actually, you know
Yeah,
what?
that's pretty cool.
It's
Yeah.
funny. I meant to ask Joanna if when we move, does that DVR get deleted
No.
on
No,
files?
it's like a hard drive in the system. It should be.
Oh, okay.
If you take the box with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The box.
Because-
That's why it's the DVRs. It's should be like a hard drive in there.
Yeah, I just said
Saving your stuff.
my sister had a DirecTV a couple of years ago when I was on Late Night with Jimmy Fallon, the Battle of the Instant
I
Bands.
forgot about that. That's right,
Yeah,
man.
so she had it in the basement because
Yeah.
I never gave it back. So I took it to my house and bought some shit you plug into the Mac and stuff, and now
It's like unplugging a computer.
See, I still
Yeah.
haven't seen that.
yeah, that was another good one.
Yeah.
I'm a media boy.
No, I know.
So the guy Billy is standing there not saying a word. And the director's like, come on, Billy, say it. Yes, I'm excited. So finally, they go, just say something. Say something to Chef Rob. Say something like, how are you in the kitchen? And he turns to me, and they showed this part, but they didn't show my immediate response. He was like, I'm silent but deadly. What do you think my response
Talk
was?
about fart.
So I slid past him and yeah, like a fart, and then ran over my other way. They didn't show that. Then they didn't show, and it was just me and him. And they're like, how do you feel about Billy running around your feet over there? And I started doing Godzilla. I was like, and I was like, this isn't gonna make it, but I might as well. So I entertained the crew at least. They were like, nah, at least you kept it in. Some of these people are assholes. And,
Yeah.
but it was cool.
So now, how long are you out there for the tape? Is it one day tape?
3 days. No, I flew out there that one day, got to hang out, sleep in the hotel, hear all the people singing, get up the next morning, film all day till around like 8 o'clock at night, go back to the hotel, come back the next day for the exit interview, like when, they're showing like
Yeah.
while I'm cooking and then I'm
you're
sitting there like,
in your place,
yeah.
Like
So,
a chopped. It's like, well,
yeah.
I did this. And I was really hoping.
Right. And you have to talk in present
yeah, and
tense,
that
like
false
right now
optimism.
I'm doing this.
Yeah.
And
I always like
I'm-
that false optimism. Like I knew I lost.
Yeah.
But I really
Right.
hope I got it this round.
Yeah.
I think I got it this round. I think
Yeah.
this round.
Now I try to pick out, like in the beginning of shows, who
We're
I
not-
think lost
yeah.
because you can tell, like,
Yeah.
No, I'm.
yeah, well, anyway,
Right,
here
right.
I am now. But
I just knew that you were going to be in fine positioning when they said chicken fried steak,
yeah.
I
Except I
laughed.
forgot the eggs.
I laughed a little bit.
which blew my mind. And that was at one moment when Mama was paying attention. She was riveted, and you mentioned, but I forgot the eggs. Robert, oh my God, you forgot the eggs. That's a binding agent. That's gonna keep it. What's he gonna do? Blah blah blah. And I was like, oh, maybe he can buying some $5,000 on. What are you talking about? What are you buying $5,000? Then I had to explain the show you were watching.
During it.
Oh, what's that? Why is Robert using hedge trim clippers right now? And I'm like, Mom, because he sold the guy and he has to take over. Which was, dude, I'm sorry, it was one of the funniest images I've ever seen.
I was trying to cut steak.
You with the steak and you're like, with the hedge clippers, man.
I tried, they didn't show, I was trying to take them apart.
Right.
Oh, they're like.
But it was like a newfangled one. Like the old ones I ever used, it was like a nut.
Yeah,
Nut in the bowl,
that was a bolt.
But what about like separating them and then putting it at the edge of the table and kind of sewing back? No.
Nah, it was too, it was like too much. I only had like 10 minutes left and I didn't even know what the fuck he had. But
so what was on Cutthroat? Because several things happened to you. The fucking microwave.
Right.
Which I was watching. I'm like fucking. Because you said the worst thing to cook is. I'm like, Rob's getting a microwave.
Yep.
And Rob got the fucking microwave. And.
They put the whole chicken in, and then they show him taking it out later, and it was this big.
Yeah.
But they didn't show that. I just put it in there for a little while. I wasn't even going to use chicken. And I was making my thing, but I wanted chicken skin, so I ripped the skin off and microwaved that.
Wait, but you put that bowl in there with the...
Right, and then...
Because, like, the black chick was like, oh, I can't believe Chef Rob is putting the whole thing
I took it out after like 5 minutes, because I grabbed so much shit.
Yeah.
He had like a little bit, she had a little bit, and I just grabbed whatever I could, and I threw it out.
My favorite part, though, is watching you run. I just wanted to...
I beat that gold medalist in the first round. I beat it.
We're both big, chubby guys. And I watched, as soon as the show started, I said, I watched it before. Rob has to run.
Yeah.
Rob's got to run.
And believe it or not, sometimes we had to do a few takes. Just to run in, cut, we didn't get it or something, but just the run aspect.
That's so good.
But I beat that. I beat her like, boom, I gave the arm, I knocked her over at one point.
Gave the Jim Brown stiff arm.
I mean, everyone there was in shape but me.
Yeah.
But, whatever. But it was great. And the money you use, they lease from Deal or No Deal.
Oh, really?
So they were like, listen, whatever you do, please take care of the money. We pay 80 cents on the dollar to rent this. And I was like, yeah, okay. And you saw what I did at the end. They were
So
like,
that's that's $25,000 per chef. That's $100,000 that was going on. Right?
yeah, $100,000.
Yeah.
Which they probably rented for like the whole, there's no more Deal or No Deal.
Right.
So they probably either rented from the company or whatever to use.
So when you made it rain at the end,
Yeah.
because you did win. By the way, he did win. I don't know if you guys watched.
Yeah.
Spoilers. So when you made it rain, they were like, "What the fuck, man?" Like,
Like we said, whatever. But then they had all the cameras on me for like 10 minutes, and I had to walk around. I'm like, fuck yeah, yeah. Like, and the camera's like, ah. And they only showed me making it rain. Went finally, that was it. But yeah, it was good. The judge was cool. So I'm a jumda.
So you shot that when?
In October, the end of October.
Okay. And you got to keep your mouth shut.
Yeah.
You got to sign a confidentiality agreement.
I almost got caught with Chop because my partner at the time at Chow, his father writes for the Advance, and I just said, I'm on the show or whatever, and he put in like this thing, not even the name of the show, and they have people that Google that, everything. And then, they'll either sue you for $500,000 or not air your show.
So needless to say, you have another tax check coming. I mean, another.
Yeah, I got that already. Yeah.
Coming. Oh, you got it already?
Yeah, I got it. And I get it for, that's what sucks. Like, I do all this shit for
So now, wait. So you won $5,300?
$5,600.
$5,600. So now, are you paying all of that on your 1099 for traveling out there?
Yeah. I gotta get that.
Dude,
and the hotel.
Like, wow, thanks for reminding me.
And the hotel.
Yeah.
And the airfare, all that stuff is like prize money. It's like when you watch Let's Make a Deal and someone wins a car,
Yeah.
they're fucked.
When
Oprah gave
out that room full of cars, every single person had to pay taxes on a brand new car.
Yeah.
And my only mind was, you're a cunt.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's really nice. That's going, everyone, pay $10,000 in taxes this year.
Yeah, right.
Have fun, everyone.
A lot of them had to turn it down.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
I drive it right through a fucking golden arch mansion.
Well, it's a good thing for you. Oprah's not on the Food Network.
Yeah. So, I finally won that one. And, I'm trying for more now. Well, Beefy is my buddy I grew up with a little bit in high school and stuff, and worked with is Clemenza Caserta Jr. from Hell's Kitchen season 10. He got kicked out on Italian night, but he made a black jacket. You know, he was one of the most popular ones from that season. And it's pretty cool. We talk about food, and sometimes we go off on tangents. You know, it always winds up him wiping some food on his nipples, like not literally. He'll just say, I want to wipe that on my nipples. I'm like, all right, let's change the subject.
Right.
That sounds like standard babyface conversation.
No, it's good. It's just like this. Where we just go, like, we really haven't mentioned comics much. We very rarely talk about food.
Every 30 episodes we have a deep comic episode, and then it makes up for the lack thereof.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. We do it live on Tuesday nights.
So the listenership keeps going up, so.
Yeah.
Number one.
Us too.
I wanted to ask you that, yeah.
People all over the world, and we get live call-ins, and it's crazy. We get people from the UK call in, Australia, Wyoming.
I often wondered if we did a live call-in, you know.
I think it would be fantastic.
We can do a stream.
Give our cell phone numbers out.
No, thank you.
No, you get it. It's all hooked up with Skype. And they have a free Skype call-in number. It comes up on the studio, the number, and you can have a producer actually answer in the green room, and they can type in who it is.
Okay.
There's all the sound effects, and there's a chat room right there on your computer.
It's not
great.
If we did that, everyone would see X-Face because he has the computer.
Yeah, well, no, this is all. It's not. It's like a Skype.
Call. You call Skype.
Voice. Yeah.
Audio.
But it's awesome. I mean, just
You having fun with it? I mean, how many
I love
episodes in are you?
We started September 1st, and we're probably into, was it like 26, 30?
I remember you got in touch with me. You said you wanted to start doing a podcast.
Yeah.
You know, blah blah blah. Is that the other thing?
Well, that's what happened. I talked to you, and then Clem did an interview for someone out in Florida on a podcast, and he called them to ask, and they said, "Why don't you be on our network?"
Right.
And it's the Wacko Network or whatever.
Awesome. What network are we on again?
Geek Speak Radio.
Right, Geek Speak Radio.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, every Monday night at 8 o'clock they play God knows what episode.
Yeah.
With
cool.
a half-a-minute intro and panting like a dog.
Well, we're what 70 episodes of 71 this one?
This is 71.
71.
Nice. Wow. But it's great. And
And
time
you do,
flies.
and you're also on YouTube.
Yeah, we do like how-to videos on YouTube,
puppets.
like sock puppet theater. that
Dude,
I
I
do.
saw some of that. That was fucking great.
Yeah, that was, and he didn't even know
Can
I
I
was
help
doing
you
that.
with that one day?
Yeah.
I'm serious.
Yeah.
Because I'm a big Muppet fan, and I'm an amateur puppeteer. So fucking.
Well, that's the weird thing. I mean, I'm a 43-year-old man, and I'm sitting there making sock puppets, and no one even knows.
Dude, come on.
And then until they see the video, like, what's that? I'm like, that's me sitting behind a box. Like, I literally turned the box into a replica of my studio in my house.
Yeah.
And it's awesome. But
So where can people hear it? You got addresses?
it's on blogtalkradio.com/the Wacko Network. But I always have the link on my Facebook page. It's Chewing the Fat with Big and Beefy on Facebook. Or you can get Rob Burmeister on Facebook or Clemenza Caserta Jr. We always have all the links up. And
iTunes?
It's on, they put it on iTunes like a day after, 2 days after.
Yeah.
But you have to look up the Wacko Network, and then we're under there, because obviously there's about, well, I didn't know, but there's about 4 different Chewing the Fat shows.
Yeah.
And Alton Brown actually has one of them, and I
Oh,
didn't know
really?
yet. Which is another cool story about this tattoo that I got for the Guy Fieri thing.
Yeah.
When I was talking to Alton, I'm like, hey, check this out. He goes, yeah, I like pork. I'm like, no, look at it closer. And he goes, holy shit, that's my refrigerator magnet. Because I got it out of his cookbook. He gave refrigerator magnets.
Yeah.
And
It's
it
fun.
was
I
awesome.
didn't know that, man.
Yeah, I look like a total stalker. It was great. Yeah. And so he's supposed to be on my podcast. He was actually filming a show the week
Who
of
is?
Cutthroat.
Alton?
Yeah, like I had like a Cutthroat. The Tuesday after the show aired, I had the girl on. The kid Billy was supposed to call up, but he had to work. And Simon Majumdar was all psyched to call him, but he was in Spain. It was 2 a.m, so he was like, "I'll just schedule another one." So Guy Fieri.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Guy Fieri's agreed to do the show. I'm getting some big names on it.
Well, in the
stuff.
coming weeks, you have somebody else going to be on the show, too.
I have the one and only Sacco Jones.
That's right.
Ooh.
There you go.
And everyone's welcome to come to the studio and hang out and get on the mic. I got a couple of chairs. It's pretty cool. So everyone's welcome.
Yeah, Rob's been taking egg crates from work to
I
soundproof it.
soundproofed it. I got,
What are those? How many dozens of eggs are in those fucking egg crates? It's like,
Well, in each flat there's 30 eggs, so
Right.
there's a lot. And my thumbs right now is so numb because I'm using thumbtacks, so I don't fuck my balls up.
oh man.
And it's pretty bad, but we did the first one at my kitchen table with like the cheesy headphones with the mic on it. And once we saw we had listeners and we were getting
Which is
live
what you had
calls-
on the sock puppets.
Yes. I surrendered those. And, stapled them to the sock. So now I went out and I went all ape shit. I got a fucking soundboard. I got boom mics. I got,
So you had a better setup than us, that's for sure.
Yeah, but
I don't want to say, but
but you have a producer and stuff,
Well,
which is great. You have someone working the stuff. Usually it's me trying to talk and put like, like the news intro and because that's the thing. At work, on my downtime, I go in the electric room, shut the door, and on my iPhone I record all of like the jingles, and then I email them to myself. Then I put music to them, put them on YouTube, and then rip the audio out and then load it up onto the Blog Talk Radio site.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. It's probably a 4-second way to do it, but I don't know how to.
Right.
And it's a podcast every week.
Nice. Great guy. So we do a top 5, like the top 5 food things of the week. Like your favorite. Then we go into a verbal food fight, and then everyone from Facebook gets involved. We have callers call in and, do that. We have giveaways. A lot of the guests come in, they'll bring their product in, like a hot sauce or...
What's verbal food fight?
It's just he'll choose, out of the top 5, and we don't agree ever. So this week we had a 14-year-old kid that runs his parents' hummus company in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. And he's
I
got
don't
all
agree with that at all.
Yeah. Well, then I went in, we had to name our top 5 dips and stuff, and of course mine was French onion dip. And he's like, nah, I'm into hummus, blah, blah, blah. And then it turns into like a little food fight. I have to, what's his name, Michael, let's get ready to rumble. I got the Rocky theme going, all that stuff. And then people just thought, we put it on Facebook, and there'll be like 100 comments, and people like, whoever does it, so we're marking it off, and, whoever wins. We do what the hell is it? A culinary recon. It's like a where are they now? Like chefs that used to be on TV. Yeah. Recipe revelation, cookbook corn, like all those stupid things. And now we came up with the get the bread out. And it's like get the lead out, but it's just some crazy ass sandwich. And then we'll videotape it, us making it, and then we'll talk about it on the show, and then it's on YouTube. Yeah, we just did an ultimate meaty grilled cheese. That was fucking crazy. It's so good. But so I'm having fun with that. From being on these shows, I'm actually, in April, I'm going to Temecula, California. I'm doing a breast cancer thing. It's called the Reality Rally. And it's 120 reality show stars that do like an amazing race around the town. It's like Richmond Town, but it's like the Old West. So the reality star, people bid on him at a casino night, and he becomes the captain of their team of 3. And everyone runs around town, and you have to like read the clues. You have to go like to the Old Opry and then do like a quick play. Then you run down, you have to dig for gold. Then you go down and pick a guy to go on the mechanical bull.
What do you cook?
Well, we came up, a bunch of my friends that have been on all different shows said, you have so many chefs, let's do a cook-off. So now that Sunday, we're doing 16 chefs. They're going to do a chop-style breakfast. We each get a basket of mystery stuff and something mystery to cook with, and we cook for all the reality stars and the politicians, and then someone wins that.
Oh, okay.
So it's pretty cool. Now I got them. They got a chef coats with Reality Rally, the name of our show and everything. So it's pretty cool. And matter of fact, before I came in here, I got an email from a guy from Big Brother 13 that was on my show last week. He has a friend that's doing a new pilot with all reality show people, but I can't really get into it, but it's like chefs and a survivor and a mob wife or whatever, and they have to compete on all different things.
I love that, there's, you gotta survive, you got
And then Rob Burmeister.
American Idol, but now, like, amongst that is a mob wife.
Yeah.
Fucking, come on.
It's unbelievable. But hey, it's better than a pregnant at 14 or whatever it is. Like, hey, look, I had a baby and now my mother's taking care of it. Now I'm shooting porn and making shit songs and I'm going to be a millionaire and I didn't even hit 18 yet. I'm a whore.
Porn shit songs.
Yeah. I make duck whistles. So, fucking look, I never cleaned my house. Shit, it's working great.
Cheapskate show?
Yes.
Did you ever see this Cheapskates show, Sock?
I saw
couponers,
yeah.
Where they go to
Well, extreme couponing is I get so
It
jealous.
blows my fucking mind when people come out with money.
Yeah.
Like, I just got $700 for groceries and I made $30.
And they all buy those Yoshida noodles.
Yeah.
Like, can I have 700 crates of Yoshida things? And it's like a nickel.
Yeah.
But,
That's what they do in the show is that they find the mass deals.
Yeah.
Right.
Like if you buy 7,000 pounds of meat, babyface, you'll get it for a fraction of what you would have paid for the normal pound, but now you have 7,000 pounds of meat.
Right.
Well, I was actually watching Hoarders, and there was this guy who was a musician, and he was hoarding comic books.
Really?
Comic books and old albums, and he would not, he was swinging at people because they were trying to donate them or sell them, and he would not part with them.
Yeah.
And there's old dead mice. And he had them all in plastic.
Outside of the fact that I
and
would call that collecting, the dead mice is like.
yeah. Well, that's when you know it's hoarding, when you find levels of dead cats.
Oh, there's Bobby. Oh,
He's a fancy
Yeah.
15% kitty.
Yeah.
It's fancy.
I think that's a perfect segue for our Sacco topic.
Ooh,
Do
yeah.
we need a break or no?
No, we can do it right in.
All right, so Sacco topic this week. I had something else planned. Stupid, name a superhero and have Rob say, make a sandwich out of him or whatever. But that's dumb. Anyway, so I tweeted out on my personal Twitter about the fact that Burmeister, Chef Rob Burmeister, is going to be here, and I got an immediate response from someone overseas, and they immediately told me that they were booking a flight, they were coming over, and they wanted to ask Rob a few questions. So, that email...
Look at how puzzled they are. Why did someone out the bag?
That email came from the one and only Axel Van Halen.
He's still alive?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Axel wanted to come in, heard that there was a chef of German descent who was going to be on the show. He had seen Rob on Chopped, he had seen Rob on Cutthroat Kitchen, he had also seen Rob on, what's that one about the restaurants? The
Restaurant Stakeout.
Restaurant Stakeout as well. Felt that he had a raw deal.
Restaurant bullshit.
Exactly. And he wanted to come in, sit down, and was really excited to ask Rob a couple of questions. I had to talk to him in the back, though, and keep him calm. He was upset because we all know how much of a fan Axel is of Tiger, and Tiger's not here right now.
Can't believe Tony missed the food episode.
Yeah,
Exactly. Tony was the guy who makes nothing but the food Tony
I
makes.
had thought of that when Rob was talking before, and it's true. Like, Tony's our resident junk food junkie, and so...
If I cut Tony open, he
perfect
would lead
if he was
cheese
here.
Nice.
If you talked about deep frying cheesesteaks, he
He probably want to. He'll
Would you
want
give me a hand job?
And his girlfriend would normally be sitting behind you, be like,
You're getting look at you jealous because you get more attention.
All right, guys, so...
No, she'd be like, kill him, please.
she'd be like, what?
Kill him, please.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Actually, gonna get places.
I'm gonna light a cigarette because I'm gonna take a step back and offer my seat up to Mr. Axel Van Halen.
Woo! Hey, Axel!
Hello, Edward. George here, Wcbj, signing off und can't believe. No Tiger.
No, Tiger.
no.
Und why?
He went to
Nice
the
to see you, healthy. It looks like you've showered.
Yeah, but I ask you, where's Tiger?
Tiger
He's leaving
is...
on a jet plane.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
don't
well,
know when he'll be back.
Why? How you say waffle? You weren't here. I met you first time. You saw metal. Yeah. Oh,
Wait, Waffle was in here?
I made it. Oh, fuck your mother. Oh, I love you. Oh, waffle. Beg you wait for me. No. Oh,
Don't hurt the mic.
Oh, Chef Robert, the Burmeister, Mr. Burmeister, little tiny burger. Oh.
Yes. What questions do you have for Maxwell?
I also was a question. You're the culinary genius, yes. Yes, you're fantastic on the shop. Chop, they kick you out too fucking early.
Yes.
Oh, so.
Da.
So. Ich die meine Glitterpaten. Ja?
Sauerkrauten.
Yeah, so, okay. So, Sago's fantastic. He tells me to get to the question, so, yeah.
I'm ready for you.
You're wonderful. You got a beautiful jazz beard.
Flavor saver.
Indeed, you are the chef. Hold on to your food. Yeah. Okay. And question number 1.
Yeah.
Oh, the waffle. I want to slam dance with you. Okay. Hold on. Yeah, I try to make myself better, so I write in the English, you know? Give me a moment.
Do you want me to read it for you?
No, Schweinhund! Do you ever punch anyone in the face if they don't like your food? Somebody take a bite and say, "Toy," and you go, "Ah!" and you punch them. No?
I would love to punch them. Especially now, I work with, my customers are mainly 95 years old with Terminator sunglasses on, so they never like my food.
They're like the Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
You know, I'll be back. Oh, look, his mouth, he's laughing at me. This is exciting. Yeah, so you punch them in the face? No?
I've never punched anyone in the face.
Yeah.
Only a guy in the kitchen. Once.
Und Worker?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Would you punch him?
Right in the face. Square in the face with a burn. Because he put a hot, big, giant sheet pan that was on a grill for about 3 hours on top of the cold ones. And I turned around and grabbed them, and both of my hands stuck to it. So I ripped them off, and my fingerprints were still on it, and I knocked them out.
Yeah, you're the fighter.
That was good.
You're the fighting German spirit. You're German, yes? This is wonderful.
It's Guten Tagen.
Yeah, und next question. Und I've made it number 3. yeah.
Why don't you read the question?
Yeah, I will. Okay, Ted Allen, yeah, you know Ted?
Yeah.
Ted Allen is the host of The Chopped.
Yes, indeed. Yes, he is.
And did Ted Allen ask for time alone with you on Chopped? Or?
Actually, to bring up something from before, he asked for ass to mouth.
Yeah, he did. Was a fagler. Yeah, he did.
So I put it in his mystery basket. I'll do anything for fame.
Yeah. And you know the faggot.
No.
I
I gotta do what I gotta do. I gotta do it. Yeah, I gotta do it. It's like prison.
This is bad. You need to grow up. Come on.
Next, the next question is, what is the best food?
Bacon.
Oh, it's the bacon. It's the pig.
Yeah, the pigs.
Okay.
And there are pigs are also the best women.
I don't get that. Maybe lost in translation. Yeah. Okay.
Dirty Hosens.
That's a man with the foot. Oh, you bad boy.
Like stockings.
Yeah. Oh.
Schwein.
And my next question is, if you squeeze her, what kind of sauce would come out of Beyonce nose? If you squeeze her good, squeeze.
I would probably say
Chocolate.
Jay-Z special sauce.
You are referring to his semen? They have a blue child.
No, it's Zeman.
Oh!
He renamed semen.
Oh,
He bought it. He bought the rights to semen. Yeah, it's Jay Zeman.
It's a clear alcoholic beverage. The Americans are Zeman. Zeman.
The babysitter's favorite.
Zeman. Yes. Oh, this is fun. When you make food, when you yourself make the food, who do you hate?
I can't say it right now.
Why not?
Well, I hate myself.
Oh, no, Chef Robert.
Do you want hugs?
I'm only kidding.
Oh, you tricked me!
Well, I'll tell you who I hate when I'm cooking, and it's Bobby Flay.
Yeah.
Oh,
fuck
why
off.
you hate the
I
Bobby
hate
Flay?
Bobby Flay, and I try to fight him every time I see him out.
Yeah?
Oh, I hate him as well!
I hate that yogurt commercial.
Let us hunt for the
He
Bobby
shakes-
Flay, put him in an oven!
He shakes hands like a dead fish.
Oh, that's a I get that.
Yeah, and he thinks he's pretty cool, but he's covered in freckles, and he's clammy.
Yeah.
So he can go fuck himself.
Good to know.
And I learned American word. He's a ginger. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Chef Robert, you're fantastic. Waffle, what? You're there. What wins? The egg roll or the meatball? What wins?
Egg roll.
Yes.
Yes.
Indeed.
Easy.
Do
That's easy.
more with the egg rolls and the meatball?
You know what's really good?
What?
A meatball egg roll.
Oh, yes.
You blow my
Meatball
mind.
parm in an egg roll.
Wow.
I think I know the answer to this because you give a clue. For my next question. Yeah. Oh, who do you think is the better chef? Bobby Flay Schweinhund! Or das Führer?
Definitely Das Fiora.
Yeah!
Yes.
Und why?
Because
You tell me now!
he has a lot more experience on cooking things.
Yeah!
Oh.
Und yes!
Yes.
This is very hard to cook in a very big oven.
Right. And he doesn't waste anything.
Oh, wow! Whatever you can't finish, you make the lampshade.
Or a nice pillow.
Or soap.
Axel, how many questions do you have left?
There you go.
How many questions do you have left? Okay.
Yeah, and next question is, do you make the Jew food?
Okay.
Or kugel.
Do you keep a kosher kitchen?
I think it's just one answer. No!
Nine.
What indeed? Okay, who has the bigger tits? The Wendy Williams, you know, the talk show.
Yes. She's a cool dude.
All right.
He also has a bigger penis.
Who has the bigger tits? The Wendy Williams and Mario Vitali. You know the Mario?
Yes, I do. I know.
His red hair.
Oh, I've
black
seen him
tits
with his
and
shirt
waffles.
off, and
Really?
it really looks like 2 tubes of bologna with pimples on it.
Yes, yes. I suffer from
Yeah.
acne tit.
And oddly enough, he has no nipples.
What?
Yeah. Really? He has no nipples.
And so who has the bigger tit?
I'd have to say Mario Batali.
Oh, indeed. Yeah. Oh, I have one more question, and then I will go. Because you look very uncomfortable. You don't like when I talk about yeah.
That's always uncomfy.
Because
The
you have stage
FCC
name.
is flashing stuff on a screen.
If South Park's on the air, we're fine.
One more. Chef Robert, very big fan. Did you yourself ever take you ever take this shit at Food Network?
No.
No?
No, I have a very shy hiney. Yes, I can't shit anywhere unless it's a hotel room that's designated under my name or my house.
Me too.
Thank you. I'm scared to death people are gonna walk in because I have to shit with no pants on.
Yeah.
I kicked one leg off at
He
least.
takes the whole way off.
Yes.
That's weird.
Yeah, I know.
I still respect you.
Can you take the shoes off too?
No, not all the time. I just can't. I can't be constricted. I gotta spread the legs.
You gotta just let it go.
Stay completely.
Well, thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you, Axel.
Waffle, I bring the life back for you to bite the head off. But they don't let me take it to customs. I want to see that so bad. You are my auntie. You are my auntie.
Hi, Axel. That goes straight to
I'll
the
be the
airport.
same.